the 9 Yogeshwars, they went to Parvati and they said, Beti, what are you doing in this terribly difficult and austere place? Parvati said, I wish to have Shiv as my husband and I am performing austerities. The Yogeshwars, they said, why do you worship Shiv? He is an ocean of all defects. Why don't you worship Vishnu? Vishnu has got so many wonderful qualities. He's got so much opulence and he's so good looking and he's so attractive. But Parvati said something very brilliant. Now, that Sati, who had decimated herself, she was born as the daughter of Himalaya, as the daughter of Himavan. So that is why her name now is Parvati, the daughter of Parvat. She is also called Shailaja, the daughter of Shail. And she is also called Girija Kumari. So Parvati is now growing up. When she became a few years old, she was just 4 years old, Narad came there. So Himavan welcomed the celestial sage and he said, welcome, welcome, welcome. Take a look at my little daughter. Can you please see her hand? What do her lines say about her life? Narad looked at little Parvati's hand and said, Oh Himavan, you are blessed to have such a daughter. She will be full of the most wonderful qualities. Women will hold her as an ideal. She will be worshipped. Temples will be opened for her. However, she's got one bad line. Himavan's heart went dhak. Bad line. What is it? Her husband will be somebody who lives in all forlorn places. He will not be putting on sufficient clothes. He'll be like a Baba and he will have all kinds of strange ornaments on his body. Hearing that, Himavan and Maina Devi became scared. Our daughter is going to get such a husband. Maharaj, what an inauspicious future you have set. Can you please change it? To kaha Munish Himavanta sunu Jehi vidhi likha lilara Deva danuja naranaga muni Kauna meta nihar. So Narad said, look, Himavan, it is not in your hands. If it was in the father's hands, then why would any daughter suffer? No father wants the daughter to suffer. However, there is such a thing as destiny. This is the destiny of your daughter which I have told you. Nevertheless, the symptoms I have described also exist in Lord Shiv. So, if you wish, let her go and practice austerities to get Shiv as her husband. So, Parvati said, I had got a dream and I was instructed in the dream to perform austerities. Maina Devi and Himavan, very blissfully, they sent off little Parvati to perform austerities. So Parvati, the Divine Mother, is now the daughter. And she has gone off into the Himalayas to perform austerities. They were extremely severe. The first she was only eating the dry leaves. Then she gave up those dry leaves. She was just breathing. Years went by. Out here, Lord Shiv, he was in Kailash by himself now because Sati is no longer there. So once he was taking the Ram Naam and Lord Ram came in front. And Ram asked Shiv that, can I ask you for a boon? Shiv said, Maharaj, the whole world asks from you, and you are asking me for a boon. Please go ahead. What can I do for you? So Ram said, look, Sati had used her intellect in my Leelas, because of which you rejected her. And she went and burnt her body. She has been born again as the daughter of Himavan. So she is doing austerities to get you as her husband. My request is, when the proposal comes, you don't reject it. So Shiv, he gave his consent to Ram, and he closed his eyes and went into meditation. Now at that time, a Rakshasa called Tanaka was on the planet. So this Tanaka was a fierce demon who was causing a lot of distress. And the Devatas, they asked Brahmaji how to get rid of him. Brahmaji said, only the son of Shiv and Parvati can kill Tanaka. Now, how to ask Shiv to get married? He's closed his eyes and he's meditating. So they commissioned Kamdev, Cupid. They said, you have to go and break his samadhi. So Cupid came there with the most wonderful weather, the most wonderful music and aromas, trying to disturb Shiv's samadhi. But Shiv was deeply absorbed. So finally, Kamdev, he became frustrated. He took his arrow and shot it at Shiv. So for the first time in that samadhi, Shiv opened his eyes and he said, oh, such a wonderful weather. That Kama Vasana. But then immediately he controlled himself. What is going on? And he looked at Kamdev. He opened his third eye and he decimated Kamdev. So Rati, the wife of Kamdev, came crying and said, please, you need to save my husband. The Shiv then said, all right, he will become Anang. He will reside without a body. Since then, Kamdev became Anang, residing without a body. Now here, the 9 Yogeshwars, they went to Parvati. And they said, we will test whether she is eligible to be Shiv's wife. They went to Parvati and they said, Beti, our dear daughter, what are you doing in this terribly difficult and austere place? Parvati said, if I tell you, you will laugh. It is like a child trying to catch the stars. They said, go ahead. When they urged her, she said, I wish to have Shiv as my husband and I am performing austerities. So the Yogeshwar's idea was to test her. They said, why do you worship Shiv? He is an ocean of all defects. Why don't you worship Vishnu? Vishnu has got so many wonderful qualities. He's got so much opulence and he's so good looking and he's so attractive. Parvati said, Mahadeva avaguna bhavan Vishnu sakala guna dhama Jehi kar mana ram jahi san Tehi san kam. She said something very brilliant. She said, those who love on the basis of qualities, their love is actually lust. Their love is tinged with the desire for self-happiness. That is what happens in the world. You love Lata Mangeshkar because she's got such a wonderful voice. And now Lata Mangeshkar has become old and her throat has become like a broken bamboo, and your love for her also finishes. You love somebody because she is Miss Universe, and tomorrow she is an 80-year-old, your love also finishes. So the love in the world is based on qualities because it is self-seeking. And Parvati says, I have loved Shiv not for my happiness but for his happiness. जन्म कोटि लगी रगर हमारी, वरो शंभु न तू रहु कुमारी. I will either remain unmarried, or if I marry, I will only marry him. I may have to wait for endless lifetimes. So the 9 Yogeshwars, they came to Shiv and they said that, she is perfectly eligible. So Shiv's Bharat came, and the marriage of Shiv and Parvati happened. In that marriage, at the time of marriage, Shiv and Parvati worshipped Ganesh. Now you'll say, how can Shiv and Parvati worship Ganesh, who's their child? Because Ganesh is a Sanatan Tattva. The Lord does Leelas, right? So Ganesh is always existing, like Shiv is always existing, like Parvati is always existing. So they are only doing Leelas. And after the marriage, now Parvati and Shiv, they came back to Kailash. So Shiv and Parvati are now again the Dampati, the couple, divine couple, and they are residing blissfully in Kailash. But one day, Parvati, she found Shiv in a good mood, and he had put on nice dress today. So Parvati saw that Shiv is in the proper mood. She sat in front and she said, "My dear husband, I wish to recollect what happened. We went to listen to Ram Katha, and I used my intellect, as a consequence of which I did something incorrect and you rejected me. So I finished that body and I came as the daughter of Himavan, and you have now married me again. But the doubt still remains in my mind, that if he is God, then how come he didn't know where his wife has gone?" So the whole natak has happened, but Parvati says the doubt is still there. So if you people have doubt, then what is so astonishing? But the Ramayana is a journey from doubt to faith, from ignorance to knowledge, from lack of devotion to devotion. So Parvati asks that, "I wish to know, if he is God, how is he God? And I wish to know, what pastimes did he perform? Why did he go into the forests? How did he get separated from Sita? How did he go searching for Sita? What were the Leelas that took place? How did he slay Ravan? How did he come back and become king again?" Now, because Parvati has asked the Ram Katha Prasang, Shiv is delighted.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Welcome to a journey of spiritual enlightenment with the Ask Swamiji feature, exclusively on the Radha Krishna Bhakti app. Powered by artificial intelligence, this innovative chatbot provides personalized guidance on spirituality, mind management, and personal development. Trained on the philosophy and books written by Swami Mukundananda, the chatbot can provide you answers to deep spiritual queries or advice on everyday challenges. Ask Swamiji AI bot works in all languages. Ask Swamiji your question in your language: Hindi, Gujarati, Nepali, Tamil, Spanish, Telugu, Bengali, and many more. Download the Radha Krishna Bhakti app now to start your dialogue with Ask Swamiji.